update. So it looks like so far. We're over to here. We did the pool area. We still got to go the whole way around the house. So just give you a little update what it looks like. Nice mulch. It's a double shred. Ground up pretty good. I like that. Hello my YouTube world. It's Johnny Mo coming to you with the final finished product of this week-long project that we did. If you remember right, we started about an hour and a half on Monday, about 2 hours on Tuesday, 2 hours on Wednesday, about an hour on Thursday, and then we finished it up today. I started here at 9:30. I came in here, I edged all the beds out, pulled all the weeds, and installed 5 yards of mulch. That's all my truck hold, and it came down just about to the last little bit. So here's the final walkthrough with my little bee's nest. I worked around them, let them go, didn't kill them this time. So this is the job. Now later on I will go over, I'll do a video maybe tonight or tomorrow. Look at that snake, look at him. He's just sunbathing, look at that. See him? Little gardener, just sunbathing in the warm mulch. So here she is. And it goes all the way up and around there. Hope you can see that. We'll take you a walk down front. This is called bulk pruning. Just shear it up real quick. I have two different types of pruning. I have hand pruning, fine pruning I call it, and I have bulk pruning. Most people do not want to pay for hand pruning, so it's almost always bulk. Now I didn't trim the rhododendron because if I trim them now, they won't bloom next year. So I left all the rhododendron go. I'll come back in the spring after they bloom and I'll trim them all up. So here she is. The bush we started out with. Little bed. And there she goes. That's it, fellas. Next stop, you see me in the office and we'll talk about how I did this job. Alright guys, have a good one. Hello YouTube bros, Johnny Mo coming to you from my office now. You just seen me out in the field. Just finished 5 yards of mulch. Woo! My butt's kicked, baby. I know that's not a lot of mulch. I don't do a lot of mulch a year, probably about 100 yards a year. It's about my average, between 80 and 120 yards. That's it for the year. I know a lot of you guys probably do 400, 500, 600, 700, 800 yards of mulch, but for me 100 yards is a lot, especially when you're solo. But anyway, let's get back to point. So what I want to do is want to help you to go out and be able to identify a job like that and be able to give an instant bid right there on the spot. When I go out, I have a system that I can give an instant bid like that. Now that job was totally out of control. The weeds were as high as my knee and it was out of control. So the very first thing is I charge them $25 for the roundup. 25 bucks for the roundup. Now looking at a job like that, I break it up into 3 different parts. I call this a PEM, prune, edge, and mulch. So there's 3 different aspects to this job, PEM. So the very first thing I do is take a look at all the pruning. I count the bushes. I kind of go, oh, that'll take me about 20 minutes. That'll take me about an hour. Okay, you know, so the pruning's first. And after I get a time for how long it'll take me, I then add my hourly rate times the time. I put PEM on a sheet of paper. So now I got the prune. The prune price is this. I added up all the time, how long it would take me to clean it up. Now, here's a lot of sometimes people forget about this very key aspect. Is there a place on site you can drop the clippings, or do you have to haul it away? If you have to haul it away, it's got to be an extra charge. You know, so charge however much it costs you to dump a truckload, wherever you dump it. You know, consider your time right there. Okay, now we got the prune price. You've timed up everything. You look, okay, that'll take me about 10 minutes to prune, 20 minutes to prune. Oh, it's going to take me about an hour to clean that up. And then you add all that up, you come up with a time, and then bam. Then if you have a delivery charge or a drop-off charge for all the prune clippings, you add that in. That's the prune price. The edging. What you want to do is you want to get practicing edging. Now, I have a bed edger that it doesn't take me long at all to edge beds. If they want a real deep dugout edge, I'm not your man. I'm not digging out edging anymore. I'm 41, and being solo, you can just, unless it's wet out, if it's wet out, I'll kick an edge out real quick. I kick an edge out, maybe 1.5 inch, 2 inch edge, that's it. I'm not digging no 5, 6 inch edge and the mulch drops down there. Sure, those look pretty, but by the time my zero turn comes around and knocks that edge back down, mulch falls out anyway. So, you know, I just, a little 1.5, 2 inch edge. So I times how long it takes me to hand edge a place all the way around. I can get about 240 feet an hour by myself, cleaning up too. So I times my hourly rate by however how many feet that is. Say it's only 240 feet, that takes me 1 hour. That's 1 hour times my hourly rate. Now I got the PE. The PE's done. I got the rate for the prune, got the rate for the edge. Now, the final one is mulching. I length times width these beds. I can get about 250 for between 225 and 250 a yard. Meaning I can make that mulch go about 250. So, especially the mulch I use. Let's break it back a little bit now. The mulch I use is a double or triple ground, and there's 2 reasons why I use it. I like it. It does not last long, but I like it because I can put it down thin, and it creates a heat barrier. Now, if you're in a place that has a lot of weeds and you've had problems with weeds there, you put this hot, like when I get the mulch, it's steaming. Like you can start sweating being around that mulch. That way, that heat keeps those weeds down. Now, eventually, it'll cool off, it'll dry off, and it won't be as bad, you know, but it'll take it a little while. Weeds aren't going to grow in that hot mulch. So I love that mulch. It looks great for about 1.5 months. Then it starts to, you know, just starts to discolor just like anything else would. So I almost always use double or triple shred, about $21.50 a yard for that. I always haul it in. I try not to do jobs that are over 5 yards. I don't like going back and forth. If I do have to do a job over 5 yards, if it's like 20 to 40 yard job, I have it trucked in and located in 2 different parts of the property, so I'm not wheeling from one end to the other end. Okay, let's bring it back. Length times width. I told you 1 yard can go about 250 square feet. So now, length times width, that whole property, it will come out to, let's say, 1,000. So you need about, you know, 4 yards of mulch. So how long does it take you to do 1 yard of mulch? And then you times that by 4, and then you get your labor. Okay, now you got your labor rate. You're gonna have to get good with these numbers. Okay, now you got your labor rate. Now you times it by your labor rate. Okay, now you have 2 other charges in the M part of the PEM. You have delivery charge and you have bulk mulch price charge. So say it's 4 yards, $21.50 a yard. We'll say 22, it's $88 for the mulch. Okay, and then you have a delivery charge. I charge $70 to go get the mulch and bring it back and deliver it. So it's 70 plus 88 for the mulch. Okay, I only make about $1 on the mulch, $1 a yard, so $4. Around here, the only problem is you got places that advertise their prices. Like you got a guy who puts the price right outside and everyone drives by it. And so if you're trying to, you know, make $4 a yard, you're not going to make it. So, okay. So now you have PEM. Now you got the price of the delivery, you got the price of the mulch, you got the price of the labor. 3 parts in the M part. Add it all up, that's the M. Now you have PEM. Average out the PEM. It's not average, but add up the PEM. That's the price of that particular job. Very simple. PEM. It's my PEM method. Now, you like that, don't you? PEM. Prune, edge, mulch. Prune, edge, mulch. I came up with that myself. Anyway, but there's one more aspect to this job. All of my jobs get a $20 stop charge. And we're like, what? So once I come up with the PEM, I add $20 to it. Like, why would you do that? That $20 pays for all my 2-cycle repairs and equipment. Last year I did 56 PEMs, prune edge and mulches, or just prunings, you know, and stuff like that. So every job gets $20. So say I do 50 jobs this year. $20, that's $1,000. So if something breaks down, I can fix it. If I need to go buy a new pair of hedge clippers, a new wheelbarrow, you know, anything like that, that $800 to $1,000 takes care of all of that. And, you know, I even use that like on a backpack blower. At the end of the year, let's say I didn't have that many repairs or I didn't have any issues and I have that $1,000 at the end of the year, I will then go buy a 2-cycle piece of equipment, maybe a weed eater, maybe an edger, maybe a tool or something. I'll use it every year. I only keep about 2 to 250 of that extra left over for the following years in case there's repairs before I get any more money in that account. That's how I bid it. Boy, that tip right there, that $20 stop charge. Oh, see, these guys don't tell you this stuff, do they? They don't tell you what I've been telling you, man. That's why this channel's special, because I care about you guys. I want you to succeed. I like hearing those testimonies that I started my business here, Johnny, and I'm doing good because I watch your channel, or I watch Keith Kelfis, or Dan Trimmers, or you know, Brian, or Animal, or Geek, or Spencer. You know, all you guys are putting out good information, and that's because, you know, they care for you, and they're trying to help you start a business. And it's like almost like a life vlog. But that's how you charge. You got to see the job from basically start to finish. So this is a PEM, prune edge mulch. But at the end, don't forget that $20 stop charge. That's how you buy your 2-cycle equipment. Woo, baby! Here's another week in the bag, baby. Another $3 grand week. Solo. Wow.
My hero is my daddy. He helps me whenever I fall. My daddy cares about me too. He owns his own business and works very hard. My daddy is awesome and I love him. He is the best dad in the world.